So, ganito kapag gross presentation. Dito ka magkakatalo. Okay? Sige, dito tayo. December 30. Dito sa 2030 pala. 2030 muna. Itong 2030 na to, sinasabi, income is a deduction to the cost of an asset. Natapos mo yung building na 5 million. Dito, yung income na na-receive mo or yung government grant na na-receive mo na 1 million, gagamitin mo siya as deduction sa building. So, ang entry mo dyan, magde-debit ka ng DIGG. I-recognize mo na yung DIGG mo na 1 million pesos. Alisin mo na yan dyan. Bakit? Kasi nga, deduction yan ng building natin. So, yung 5 million na building, bawasan mo yan ng 1 million. Okay, so ganyan si net method. Deduction sa cost of an asset. Kuha mo yan. Okay. So by December 31, 2030, magre-recognize ka ng depreciation expense. So same entry yan, debit ka ng depreciation expense, credit ka ng accumulated depreciation. Ito, 100,000 din ba? Hindi na. Bakit? Magkano ba yung cost ng building mo? Nasa 4 million na lang, tama? Magkano yung useful life? 10 years. So, ilkano yung depreciation na i-recognize mo? 400,000 lang. So, dito, depreciation expense mo, 400,000. So, dito tayo nagkatalo. Hindi mo na ngayon i-recognize to dito. Bakit? Kasi naka-net na to. Neto. Kung mapapansin mo, income statement natin, magkano yung expense mo? 400,000. Dito, magkano yung expense mo? 500,000. Nagkaroon ka ng income 100,000. So, net effect ng expenses mo dito, 400,000. So, expenses, 400K. Expenses, 400K. Tama? Or expenses mo, 500K. Income mo, 100K. So, net effect, meron kang expense of 400K. So, net effect, total, if either gross or net method tayo, parehas lang ng net effect sa statement of comprehensive income. Take note mo din. Regardless, okay, tandaan mo ito, sige, ito na lang. Regardless, if net or gross method, net effect to the statement of financial position and the statement of comprehensive income is the same. Parehas lang yan. Okay, parehas lang yan. Tingnan mo dito, statement of comprehensive income, expenses mo ilan? 400,000 sa net method. Dito, magkano yung net effect? Nagkaroon ka ng expense 500,000 pero nagkaroon ka ng income 100,000. So net effect, meron kang expenses 400,000. The same lang din tayo. So regardless net or gross method, the same lang yung effect niyan sa statement of comprehensive income and sa statement of financial position. Try natin sa statement of financial position sa assets. Okay. Try natin ha. Ito yung gross. Ito yung net. T-account tayo. Meron tayong T-account sa building. Meron tayong T-account sa accumulated depreciation. Dito, same din. May T-account ka ng building. May T-account ka ng ACDEP. Accumulated depreciation. Meron kang T-account ng deferred income government grant. Nasa statement of financial position yan. Kasi liability yan. Tama? Tapos meron kang T-account ng TI. So, punta natin yung entry. Gross method muna tayo. 2025, nag-credit ka ng DIGG. So, credit ka dito, DIGG. Sa T-account natin, magkano yun? 1 million pesos. Tama? Dito, nag-debit ka ng building 5 million. So, dito mag-debit ka ng 5 million. December 31, 2020, debit depreciation expense, credit accumulated depreciation. So, mag-credit ka dito sa ACDEP mo ng 500,000. Tapos, nag-debit ka ng DIGG, nag-credit ka ng IGG. So, debit ka ng IGG, so 100,000. So, mag-debit ka dito ng 100,000. So, equals lang natin yan. Magkano yung building mo? 5 million. Active mo, magkano? 500,000. Ito, liability mo, 900,000. So, tandaan mo, liability yan. Okay? Net method tayo. Nag-debit ka ng cash, credit ka ng DIGG. So, meron kang DIGG dito. Magkano? 1 million pesos. Dito, debit ka ng building, credit ka ng cash. Magkano yung building mo? 5 million. So, mag-debit ka ng 5 million building dito. Tapos, nag-credit ka ng building, 1 million. Tama. Tapos, nag-debit ka ng DIGG, 1 million. Ganyan yan. Ano pa ba? Depreciation expense, accumulated depreciation, nag-credit ka 400,000. Yun lang, tama. I-effect na, i-net natin, total natin lahat. Magkano yung building mo? 4 million. Active mo, 400,000. DIGG mo, 0. Sir, paano naging equal yung effect niyan? Eh, yung building ko 5, tapos dito 4. Tapos active ko dito 500, dito 400,000. DIGG ko dito 900, dito 0. Paano? Accounting equation tayo. Asset is equal to liab plus equity. Magkano yung total asset mo dito? 5 million na building. Tapos active. Asset yan, tama. Contra asset account yan. So, less ka ng 500,000. Magkano to? 4,500,000. Tama, asset mo. Liabilities mo, magkano? Liabilities mo, 900,000. So, magkano yung equity mo? Hanapin mo yung equity. 4,500,000 less 900,000, di ba? Kasi asset minus liab is equal to equity. Magkano yung equity mo? Less mo lang to. Yung asset, 4,500,000 less 900,000. Magkano yan? 5 million. 3,600,000 equity. Yan yung net effect, tama, 300,000. Gawin natin dito. Asset is equal to liab plus equity. Magkano asset mo? 4 million less 400,000, tama. 4 million na building, 400,000 na active, deduction yan. This is 3,600,000. Liabilities mo magkano? 0. Equity mo magkano? 3,600,000. Net effect, equal tayo. So, regardless kung net method or gross method, equal yung magiging effect sa statement of financial position and statement of comprehensive income. Kuha mo yun. Sana nakuha mo, ha. Kung hindi mo nakuha, magtanong ka lang. I-discuss ko naman sa'yo yan. Pag hindi mo pa rin nakuha, kahit sa usapang chat, discuss ko sa'yo. Sige, kung may time, private call tayo. Pag di ka nahiya, sige, kung okay lang, sige, okay lang naman sa akin. Kung hindi pa rin kaya ng private call, edi diba, sa face to face, pag-aralan natin, discuss natin ulit. Discuss ko sa'yo privately. Pag private call, discuss ko sa'yo with a corresponding fee. Anong fee? Kahit libreng lunch. Charot. Merienda. Charot. Milk tea. Sige, para na. Sige, so let's have. So kung medyo nabilisan ka, hindi mo na ina-absorb, pause mo lang yung video. Pwede naman. Take your time. Recorded naman to. But let's answer our handouts. Pero let's have a short break muna. Okay, we're back. Grabe, aksaya sa papel na ito. Illustration number 1 tayo. Sabi, VAV Company. Yes, VAV ang basa dyan. VAV Company received a government grant under the following independent situations. Requirement tayo, prepare the journal entries for the first year to record each independent government grant. Independent situation daw ito mga to. Okay, so A tayo, sabi, si VAV daw naka-receive ng grant of 30 million pesos from the government in order to defray safety and environmental costs within the area where VAV is located. The safety and environmental costs are expected to be incurred over 4 years. Respectively, 2 million pesos, 4 million pesos, 6 million, and 8 million pesos. So ito, example yan ng government grant related to asset. Okay, so rules natin, pag related to asset, mag-recognize kang muna ng, sige, liability account. Tama. Naka-receive ka ng cash. Magkano? 30 million. Tapos, i-record mo muna as liability, deferred income government grant, deferred income from government grant of 30 million pesos. Buka mo yun. Sige, yan yung initial measurement. Subsequent measurement tayo, sabi, cost daw are expected to be incurred 2 million, 4 million, 6 million, and 8 million. Ano yung rules natin ulit? As the expenses are incurred, income will be recognized. Tama? Matching principle tayo. So, magkano daw yung cost mo? Sabi, 2 million, 4 million, 6 million, and 8 million. Yan yung for year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4. Magkano total neto? 2 plus 4 plus 6, 10, 20 million. Magkano yung government grant natin? Nasa 30 million. So, i-allocate mo lang yan based dito. So, paano ba yan i-allocate? 30 million times 2 over 20 for year 1. So, magkano yan year 1 natin? 30 million times 2 over 20. This is 3 million. Dito, pag 4 million, 4 divided by 20 times 30 million, this is 6 million. For year 3, 9 million yan. And for year 4, nasa 12 million. Okay, paano na-solve? 4 over 20 to, 6 over 20 to, 8 over 20 to, times mo ng 30 million. Total mo to, 3 plus 6 plus 9 plus 12, 30 million yan. In-allocate lang natin. Sabi nga, i-allocate natin based sa expenses na na-incur. Okay, so for this illustration, naka-prorata tayo. Kuha mo yun. So, eto, year 1, magre-recognize ka daw ng income na 3 million. So, paano yan? Debit ka ng IGG, credit ka ng, baliktad tayo, debit ka ng DIGG, credit ka ng IGG of 3 million pesos. So, ganyan yan. Requirement B tayo. Sabi sa requirement B, VAVI received a grant of 40 million from the government for the construction of laboratory. O, related to asset din yan. Tama. With an estimated cost of 50 million and useful life of 20 years. So, entry natin. Sabi, pag related to asset, government grant, recognize muna tayo ng liability. So, debit ka ng cash, credit ka ng deferred income government grant. Magkano daw yun? 40 million pesos. Tapos, nag-construct daw ng building. O, debit ka. Debit ka building, credit ka ng cash at the amount of 50 million. Entry mo, mag-recognize ka ng depreciation expense. Debit ka ng depreciation expense, credit ka ng accumulated depreciation. Paano mo i-recognize yan? Sabi 20 years. I-assume mo pag hindi sinabi yung method of depreciation, naka-straight line method tayo. Okay, so i-read na lang natin para alam mo yung solution. Ito yung mga solutions, naka-red. 50 million divided by 20 years. This is equal to 2,500,000 ba? Tama. Check ko nga. Calculator, 50 million divided by 20 years, 2,500,000. So, yan yung depreciation expense mo. So, paano mo i-solve yan? Paano mo i-recognize? Debit ka ng depreciation expense, credit ka ng accumulated depreciation of 2,500,000. Tapos mag-recognize ka ng income. So, debit ka ng DIGG, i-recognize mo yung liability. Credit ka ng IGG. Magkano? Solve mo, the same ng depreciation expense natin, which is 40 million na DIGG. Divide mo ng 20 years. This is equal to 2 million pesos. So, mag-debit ka dito, 2 million pesos. So, yan. For scenario letter B. So, okay tayo sa A, okay tayo sa B. C tayo. VAVI is granted a large tract of land from the government. The fair value of the land is 50 million. Yung fair value ng land, yun yung gagamitin mo pag hindi cash yung binigay. Okay. The grant requires that VAVI shall construct a factory. So, related to asset ulit. The cost of the factory is 80 million with a useful life of 25 years. So, same lang yan dito. Ulit-ulit lang tayo. So, debit ka ng cash, credit ka ng DIGG. Magkano to? Yung government grant natin nasa 50 million. Or hindi pala cash yung na-receive mo. Tama? Ano yung na-receive mo? Land. So, debit ka ng land. Tapos, magko-construct ka daw ng building. So, sabihin na natin, factory and employee, construct a factory. So, debit na lang natin building, credit ka ng cash. Magkano yung cost nun? 80 million. Tapos, magre-recognize ka ng depreciation expense. Paano mo daw i-recognize yung depreciation expense? Silent yung problem. So, straight line method tayo over 25 years. So, paano yun? Dito na lang. 80 million divided by 25 years. This is equal to divided by 25. 3,200,000. Dito, debit ka 3,200,000. Tapos, mag-recognize ka na ng income. So, di-recognize mo yung deferred income or yung liabilities po, DIGG. Concept mo ulit, the same ng pag-solve mo ng depreciation expense. Magkano ulit? 50M yung DIGG or yung government grant. Divide mo ng 25 years, 50M. Divided by 25 years, this is 2 million pesos. So, debit ka DIGG of 2 million, then credit ka ng IGG of 2 million. Yan for illustration or for independent scenario letter C. So, siguro master mo na to si government grant, no? Kasi paulit-ulit na lang tayo. Entry mo, dapat sanay ka na dyan. Dami na nating illustration na ginawa. Sige. So, di tayo. VV received a grant of 10 million from the government to compensate for massive losses. Ano yan? Related for income. So, anong entry mo dyan? Debit ka lang ng cash. I-recognize mo siya outright. Credit ka ng income na agad at the amount of 10 million. Oh, yan lang kadali. Si government grant. Sabi ko sa inyo, si government grant, basic lang na topic ito. Walang kahirap-hirap. Sige, next tayo, illustration number 2. At the beginning of current year, Sir P company purchased a machine for 7 million pesos and received a government grant of 1 million toward the capital cost. The machine is to be depreciated on straight line basis over 5 years and estimated to have a residual value of 500,000 at the end of this period. Itong residual value, kailangan mo yun sa pag-compute ng depreciation expense. Okay? Kailangan mo sa pag-compute ng depreciation expense. Requirement, prepare the journal entries for the current year assuming that the grant is accounted for as deferred income. Deferred income, ano yan? Liabilities. Ibig sabihin dito, naka-gross method tayo. Ito, deduction from asset. Ibig sabihin dito, naka-net method tayo. Tama? Tama. Sige, so is A muna tayo. Requirement A. Anong entry mo dyan? Naka-receive ka ng government grant, 1 million. So, debit ka ng cash, credit ka ng DIGG of 1 million. Tapos, nag-create ka ng machine. Magkano yung cost ng machine? 7 million. So, debit ka ng machine, credit ka ng cash of 7 million. Tama. Ano pa? Mag-recognize ka na ng depreciation expense. Debit ka ng depreciation expense, credit ka ng accumulated depreciation. Paano mo isosolve yan? Sabi, over useful life of 5 years, residual value of 500,000. So, isolve natin yan. Kano yung cost? 7 million. Divide it by, or less muna, yung residual value, less 500,000. This is equal to 6,500,000. Divide mo ng 5 years. So, 6,500,000 divided by 5 years, this is 1,300,000. So, depreciation expense mo, 1,300,000. Debit ka ng DIGG, credit ka ng IGG kasi magre-recognize ka na ng income. Paano mo i-solve ngayon yan? Magkano yung income mo? Yung DIGG mo, 1 million. Divide mo ng 5 years. Sir, bakit hindi ko i-minus yung 500,000? Loko ka. Yung 500,000, computation lang yan ng meron ka lang residual value. Pero dito, wala kang residual value dyan. Siyempre, divide mo lang ng 5 years. Yun lang yun. So, 1 million divided by 5 years is equal to 200,000. Baka sabihin mo, sir, dapat same ng computation. Sabi mo, same ng computation sa pag-compute ng depreciation expense doon sa pag-compute ng income. Hindi, grabe ka naman. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na nag-less ka ng 500,000 dito, mag-less ka din ng 500,000 dito. Hindi. Pag nag-divide ka ng 5 years, mag-divide ka ng 5 years. Ganun yun. Kuha mo. Basta ganun yan. Sige. So, debit ka, DIGG, magkano? 200,000. So, dito yan. 200,000. So, requirement B tayo, net method. So, paano yan? Same entry yan dito, tama? Sige, para di ka malito. Debit ka ng cash, credit ka ng DIGG, nasa 1 million pesos. Tapos, debit ka ng machine, credit ka ng cash of 7 million. Papansin mo, same. Pero dito magkakaroon ka ng additional. Wala kasi yan dito. Magkakaroon ka ng additional, debit ka ng DIGG, i-recognize mo na yung liability mo, tapos i-deduct mo sa machine of 1 million pesos. Okay, tapos magkakaroon ka ng depreciation. So, pag-solve mo ng depreciation ngayon dito, paano yan? Siyempre, mag-recognize ka, debit depreciation expense, credit ka ng accumulated depreciation. The amount of, paano may isosolve yan? Magkano yung cost ng machine mo? Nasa 6 million na lang. Tama, 6 million. Less mo yung residual value mo ulit, 500,000. Divide ka ng 5 years. This is equal to 1,100,000. So, yung total depreciation expense mo, nasa 1,100,000. So, yan tayo for illustration number 2. Okay, 6 million less 500,000 divided by 5 years is equal to 1 million pesos. Okay, next tayo. Malapit na. Konti na lang. Konting tiis, mga kapatid. Illustration number 3. Sabi dyan. On January 1, 2025, because of an exemplary accomplishment that brought international recognition to the community, the government waived the repayment of CPA, basa dyan na CPA companies loan, Linda to, bakit ganun? Loan yan guys. Loan payable with a carrying amount of 200,000. Requirement, prepare the journal entry. Dito, sabi daw, hindi ka naka-receive ng cash. Ano nangyari? Forgiveness of loan. Pwede yan. Okay, forgiveness of loan. So, hindi yan related to asset. Ano yan? Related to income. So, ibig sabihin, mag-recognize ka na ng income agad dito. So, paano mo i-entryhan yan? Meron ka daw loans, inalis daw yung loan. Hindi mo na daw kailangan bayaran yung loan. So, i-recognize mo na yung loan. Debit ka ng loans, payable, kasi hindi mo na kailangan bayaran yan. Tapos, credit ka ng income from government grant, which is 200,000. Yan lang. Illustration number 3. Next tayo, illustration number 4. Premium company is provided a grant by a foreign government for the purpose of acquiring land. Purpose daw to acquire land for a building site. So related to asset daw. So the grant is zero interest loan for 5 years evidenced by a promissory note. The land was granted on January 1, 2025 for 8 million. The market rate of interest is 6%. The present value of 1 for 5 periods of 6 at 6% is 0.7473. Requirement, prepare the journal entries for 2025. So, paano yan? The loan was granted. So, meron ka daw loans. So, naka-receive ka 8 million. Okay? Tapos, meron kang loans payable. Loans payable, magkano yung loans payable mo? 8 million. Sir, hindi ba government deferred income from government grant dapat yan? Hindi. Bakit? Ano ba yung grant na binigay? Sabi daw yung grant na binigay, yung loan mo daw zero interest. Yan yung grant na binigay. Zero interest. Na yung dapat interest mo is at 6%. Pero yung loans, hindi yan government grant. Utang nga daw yan. Pero yung utang mo nga daw, hindi ka daw bubayad ng interest kasi zero interest tayo. So, yung grant natin is yung zero interest. Okay? So, loans payable tayo dito. Hanapin natin yung present value. So, paano may solve yung present value? Yun, binigay na yung present value factor natin. So, 8 million tayo. 8 million times 0.7473. Magkano yan? Nasa 5,978,400. Ito yung present value. So, magkano yung discount natin? 8 million, less mo ng 8 million. Meron kang discount na 2,021,600. Ito ngayon yung grant na binigay. Okay, ito yung dapat babayaran mong interest expense. Pero 0% nga. So, ito yung grant na binigay sa atin. So, mag-debit ka dito, credit ka dito, DIGG of 2,021,600. Sir, ano yung nasa debit? Discount yan. Discount on notes of 2,021,600. Kuha mo yan. Sige. So, paano natin i-recognize yung IGG yan? The same concept sa pag-recognize mo ng interest expense. Di ba mag-a-amortize ka na? Present value mo, 5,978,400. So, i-amortize mo yan. Tsaka ka mag-recognize ng debit interest expense, credit discount of, magkano yan? Yung present value, 5,978,400 times mo ng 6%. This is 358,709. Okay? So, same concept, tsaka ka magre-recognize ng DIGG. Same amount na yan, IGG. Same concept, kasi yun yung discount mo, 2,021,600. Tapos yun na din yung interest expense na nire-recognize mo. So, same concept, 358,709. Same amount na din yan. Okay? So, ganyan kapag forgiveness or kapag yung binigay na grant is interest. Hindi inalis yung interest natin. Or inalis yung interest natin. Tama. Last illustration tayo, illustration number 5. ZBA company purchased a machine for 3 million pesos on January 1, 2025. ZBA received a government grant of 500,000 in respect of this asset. The policy is to depreciate the asset over 5 years on a straight line basis and treat the grant as a deferred income. So, related to asset, deferred income daw eh. On January 1, 2027, the grant became fully repayable. Yun daw, fully repayable because of non-compliance with conditions. Hindi daw na-meet yung compliance kaso nagre-recognize ka na. So, kailangan mong mag-reverse dito. Tatandaan mo dito, kapag ganyan, kasi biglang, kasi for example, 2025, na-meet mo yung recognition principle. Diba? Naging, sabi mo, ano yung recognition principle natin? Kapag possible na ma-meet mo yung condition and marireceive mo yung grant. Tama. Check ka dun sa dalawa na yon. So, 2025, nag-recognize ka ng government grant. Tapos bigla, January 2027, hindi mo na na-meet yung isa. So, anong gagawin mo? Yung mga changes o yung estimate mo o yung correction mo, gagamitin mo ng prospective adjustments. Okay, prospective. Pag sinabi prospective, mag-a-adjust ka sa future. Yung mga past, hayaan mo na. Okay, move on tayo sa past, mag-adjust ka na sa future. Hayaan mo na, hindi mo na mababago yung past, ang baguhin mo ngayon daw yung future. Prospective adjustment. Naku, may bago na naman sila natutunan na word. Prospective adjustment. Sige, paano natin i-entryhan to? Sige. 2025, bumili ka ng machine. Tama. Debit ka ng machine, credit ka ng cash at the amount of 3 million pesos. Tapos naka-receive ka ng government grant. Sabi daw, i-recognize mo as deferred income. So, debit ka ng cash, credit ka ng deferred income, 500,000. Mag-recognize ka ng depreciation expense. Debit ka ng depreciation expense, credit ka ng accumulated depreciation at the amount of, paano mo yun isa-solve? Ito, 3 million. 3 million, divide mo ng ilan years tayo? 5 years. 5 years. Divide ka ng 5 years. This is equal to 600,000. So, depreciation expense mo, 600,000. Tapos, pag debit ka ng DIGG, credit ka ng IGG, kasi mag-recognize ka na ng income, paano mo i-recognize yan? I-divide mo lang din yan ng 5 years. This is 100,000. So, debit DIGG of 100,000, credit ka ng IGG of 100,000. 2025 yan. Okay, 2026. Kasi 2026, hindi pa naman nagbago, diba? Nagbago ka ng 2027. So, 2026, meron ka pang depreciation expense ulit. Kasi yearly mo nga yan i-recognize. Credit ka ng accumulated depreciation, same amount na yan. 600,000. Tapos dito, debit ka ng DIGG, credit ka ng IGG of 600,000. Okay. Next, 2027. 2027, January 1, bigla daw nagbago. Hindi mo na daw mamimit yung condition. So, aalisin mo yung government grant. Tama? So, paano mo ngayon aalisin yung government grant natin? Prospective adjustment tayo. Magkano yung carrying value ng government grant mo? I-account tayo. DIGG, before 500,000, tapos nag-recognize ka ng 100,000 ng dalawang beses na, 2025 and 2026. So, meron ka dito, total na lang, nasa 300,000. So, yung i-recognize mo ng DIGG, debit ka, DIGG of 300,000. Credit ka ng cash kasi babayaran mo daw yan. Kailangan mo bayaran yan kay government. Magkano? 500,000. So, saan yung isang debit? Yan na yung loss. I-loss mo na yan. 200,000. Yan yung prospective adjustment. So, paano naging prospective adjustment? Kasi, yung isang tawag dyan, retrospective adjustment. Okay? So, ibahin natin ha. Prospective versus retrospective. Kapag prospective adjustment, sabi ko, ang babaguhin mo yung future. Nagkaroon ka ng mali, nagkaroon ka ng pagkakamali, babawi ka sa future. Okay? Retrospective adjustment, ano yan? Nagkaroon ka ng pagkakamali, anong gagawin mo? Babaguhin mo yung sa past. I-adjust mo yung pagkakamali mo from the start. As if walang nangyari na pagkakamali. Ganun yun. Okay? For example natin, sa mga jowa, nagkaroon ka ng pagkakamali sa jowa mo, anong gagawin mo? Prospective adjustment, babawi ka sa kanya. Sa future ka mag-a-adjust. Retrospective adjustment, anong gagawin mo? Mali yung alam niya, so anong gagawin mo? Babaguhin mo yung nasa isip niya. Kasi nga mali yung nalaman niya, mali yung paniniwala niya. Retrospective adjustment. Ganun yun. Okay? Sana nagets ha? Prospective, sa future mag-a-adjust. Retrospective, from the start, as if wala kang nagkamali. As if walang maling nangyari. Dito, DIGG mo before, 500,000. Magkano yung i-adjust mo? 300 na lang. Kasi yun yung carrying value at the moment. Pag prospective adjustment, yun na yung in-adjust mo, DIGG. Kapag retrospective adjustment, from the start, aayusin mo. Ito. Okay, so ganito yung prospective adjustment. Okay, sana gets mo yun ha. Nabago ang word na natutunan. Prospective adjustment na naman. Nako! Sige. So, actually, that's it for our topic or for our discussion, government grants, PAS 20. So, ulit, I hope you are safe and may natututunan ka pa rin sa discussions natin kahit alam kong nakakaantok ito kasi nga online discussion tayo and recorded pa. Sana lang dito, kalaban mo na lang bukod sa baha, kalaban mo dito disiplina. Okay, disiplina sa sarili mo na regardless kahit hindi ka nababantayan, kahit hindi ka nakikita, kahit walang nakakita sa ginagawa mo is nag-aaral ka pa rin. So sana nag-aaral ka pa rin. Sana hindi mawala yung drive mo, yung motivation mo na mag-aral dahil lang sa naka-online tayo ngayon. Temporarily lang naman to. Sana, yes, temporarily lang. Okay, so that's it muna for the day. I hope you're safe. Sana maging safe ka pa sa susunod na araw. God bless, stay safe, and be happy always. Ciao!